No specific Ohio government actions, legislative activities, enforcement actions, or public events occurred on June 21, 2026, that are documented as taking place on that exact date, as the available information describes broader legislative proposals, multi-week summaries, and future-dated voting timelines rather than single-day events on June 21. The search results reference a legislative summary for the week ending June 21, 2026, which mentions Attorney General Andy Wilson, but this is a summary of the entire week rather than a specific action on June 21-3. Regarding legislative activities, Columbus City Council President Shannon Hardin is working on new legislation addressing youth safety, curfew changes, truancy, and parental responsibility, but the council is expected to vote on these ordinances as soon as February 23, not June 21-1. Specific provisions of the proposed Columbus legislation include changing the curfew for those 13 and under to 9 p.m., and for those 13 to 17 to 10 p.m., replacing the current sunset-based law with a fixed time to simplify enforcement one. The legislation also introduces a parental responsibility component, where the first offense results in education rather than a citation, and it prohibits the Columbus Police Department from holding immigration enforcement agreements with ICE 1-2. Additional proposed measures prohibit ICE from using public parking lots, garages, or ramps as staging areas without a judicial warrant, require signage at public spaces regarding this prohibition, and create a new special use permit for detention centers too. The proposal also criminalizes harassing, stalking, or obstructing behavior at schools and daycare centers as a first-degree misdemeanor, and prohibits city employees from holding secondary employment with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol or ICE too. Columbus City Council is also considering a resolution demanding that federal immigration enforcement officials must wear name badges, identify themselves as ICE officers, and possess training equivalent to Ohio certified police officers, and must not use face coverings to obscure their identity too. On the state level, Governor Mike DeWine has stated that Ohio should abolish the death penalty, but this is a statement of policy rather than a specific legislative action on June 21-1. Regarding enforcement, there is no record of a specific enforcement action on June 21, 2026. The references to immigration enforcement are against proposed code changes and future resolutions too. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources, ODNR, has announced events for the America 250 celebration, but these are general announcements for the anniversary and not specific to June 21, 2026 8. A Department of Energy (DOE) emergency order was in effect from March 24, 2026, through June 21, 2026, meaning it ended on that date, but this is a federal order, not an Ohio State Government Action 7. No public events, official meetings, or specific agency gatherings are documented as occurring on June 21, 2026. The available information indicates that while legislative discussions and policy proposals were active during the week ending June 21, 2026, no distinct government actions were finalized or executed on that specific day. Therefore, a report of specific Ohio government actions for June 21, 2026, cannot be provided with the details of dates, agencies, officials, and key provisions as requested, because the data reflects a week-long legislative period and future-dated voting rather than a single-day event.